I just want to say, I feel like there's so many good openings for the Denji video, but I've realized I have to be really careful because YouTube demonetized me for mentioning monkeys in the Ghetto video. And I tried to appeal to YouTube too. I was like, no, please watch the video, please read the manga. Ghetto calls people monkeys all the time, it wasn't me. And to be honest with you guys, the appeal did fail. I don't think anyone actually manually reviewed my video. But this isn't a video about Ghetto. This is a video about the Horn Dog, Shonen Edition, Denji himself. Let's get right into it. Who is Denji? He's Denji. That's it, there's nothing more. In the Kusakabe video, we gave him his first name, but nope, Denji no, just that guy. But there's a lot to talk about here. Denji's a good character. He's extremely horny, but no, he is not literally me, he's not literally you. There's a huge critical difference between you and Denji, and it's the fact that when push comes to shove, especially in part 1 of the manga, he will put his friends over the horniness. You guys, on the other hand, have read the comments. Now this is a big one. Do not show him or Chainsaw Man from a meta perspective to someone you're introducing anime to, because they will cringe to death. Now I'm not going to hold you guys, I am a nerd, but in real life I don't present that way. I wouldn't say that many people think that I'm an anime nerd or read manga as much as I do, but I'm unapologetic about it. However, because I have this two worlds dichotomy going around me, I know that if I were ever introducing anyone to anime, Chainsaw Man would definitely not be the first one. Because, oh my fucking god, Chainsaw Man, some other anime, they validate every single stereotype that an anime fan has bad about them. Do not do it. Okay, moving on from that tangent, he has deadly good riz, and Denji himself says that every woman he meets, especially the ones that he's romantically interested in, have tried to kill him at one point or another. And honestly, we're going to talk more about this later, but this is a very big point of his character. He definitely changes once he realizes this, and he doesn't trust women in the future. Moreover, he changes abruptly from part 1 to part 2, and a lot of people have issues with how Denji is written, but we'll talk about this in a sec. It's okay. It's not that big a deal. The story is not going to shit. It can go to shit if the ending is ass and Denji as a character is ruined, but we have faith. Chainsaw Man will stay good. And then importantly, he is severely brain damaged, and he's also an idiot. He's never been a smart guy. That's just been shown throughout the manga, but he is definitely severely brain damaged, because from all of the fights we've seen, and yes, he heals through blood, from all of the fights we've seen, he chainsaws his own brain. That must have lasting consequences, I guarantee it, no matter what regenerative properties you have, okay? And of course, the reason I made this video, I've been wanting to do Chainsaw Man for a while, but he's in a wee bit of a predicament right now. And I hope it ends well for him, but I'm not sure it will. So we can see from the intro that he's not your regular shonen character, which must mean that what he's done is also not what your regular shonen character has done. Is that correct? That is absolutely correct, because he starts off with defeating Makima, and that's fucking radical, because I think Makima is one of the great current shonen villains. I think she's on the level of Sukuna. Yes, she's not as threatening as Sukuna physically or power-wise, but some intrigue about her makes her, in a way, even more interesting and compelling as a villain. At least in part 1, of course. But while he's done something so cool, here's the duality of Denji. He also got paid to be a fucking chair. Now, unfortunately, he also did see both of his closest friends die, and one at his hands, Aki specifically, and Power he was very close to. I think this is why he primarily changed from part 1 to part 2, and why people have an issue with the writing, but I don't see an issue. Denji obviously has fucking PTSD. He's like as broken a character as someone like Sasuke. If not worse. Probably not worse. Obviously, we're not going to compare agony, but the difference between part 1 Denji and part 2 Denji is valid, okay? We shouldn't jump the gun here. Because in that same vein, he changed from protagonist to deuteragonist, and Ase is a great character, great foil to Denji, and I'm here for it. However, he's also done something that's probably no human has ever done in the Chainsaw Man universe, and that is kissed a horseman. He's literally kissed war. Fucking awesome. He has not yet kissed Asa. Unfortunately, because he's kissed more than one person and he gets more play than all of us watching this video and creating this video, he's also learned the true taste of vomit. And you know when you throw up in your mouth and you kind of get the taste of vomit? That's not the true taste of vomit. The true taste of vomit is someone else's. And I've said this in my Q&A, but I really do think this. He has amassed the best shonen female cast alongside him. This was not actually something Denji has done, but Chainsaw Man as a series, really good in terms of shonen female development. People should take notes. Now, Denji is an idiot, but there are a couple things we have to talk about. He's smarter than he seems. First, he was able to deduce that Makima perceives through scent. That's actually quite perceptive of him. That's pretty good of him. Gives him some intelligence buff. He realized that Reze, who is, by the way, the community's favorite female character, for something that I don't realize that, but he realized that Reze cannot explode while submerged. Right now, bell should be ringing. His battle IQ isn't that bad. He found a way to beat the Eternity Devil. And yes, it was kind of shoddy and kind of fucked up, but I mean, literally made Eternity Devil want to kill itself. He did to the Eternity Devil what I'm doing to you right now by watching this video. You want to boom against the wall, but don't do that. We need you. He's also incredibly imaginative with his battle IQ. I mean, there are so many scenes, and yes, I know, the scenes are really, really hard to follow because the drawing is so, how should I put this, basic. But when you actually take a microscope and read one scene for like 15 whole minutes, you'll realize that, holy shit, Denji can actually fight. Of course, he also finds a way to defeat Makima, with the help of power, of course. Couldn't have done it without her, and couldn't have done it without Pochita, but he was able to defeat Makima, so he's not purely an idiot, because he is creative as fuck. So while he does have PTSD and he has the consecutive trauma, concussive injury, I forget what it's called, what the football players have, he's not all stupid. I know people want to give him shit, but no, Denji's not the worst. Yes, he's brain dead half the time and he opens his mouth like this. But come on, cut him some slack, dude. He's a new shonen character and he was raised by literal thugs. Okay, so what are some reasons that we love Denji? Well, first of all, he has a great, and I put this in question marks, relationship with Nayuta. Yes, we see some times where he really, really loves her, and we see some times where he's an incredibly selfish fuck, but someone with a great relationship like myself with his sister, this is nice to see. And Nayuta's a great character too. I actually maybe like her more than Makima. Now, of course, while he is realistically unrelatable, like I said, because you guys would never forsake the horniness for the friends, his struggles are pseudo-relatable because his character is, at the end of the day, how should I put this, human. He is more human than devil. And in that same vein, he kind of matures through the series. This is what we talked about in the last slide. Yes, he's brain dead. Yes, he looks like this half the time. But come on, it's the PTSD. Cut him some slack. Because at the end of the day, these scenes, his flaws, somehow make him more compelling. It makes us like him more. And I know, to be honest, a lot of people have an issue with Chainsaw Man and issues with Denji as a character in general. Think he's too cringe, thinks he's too much, thinks they're over the top. But that's okay. It's a fictional story. He's still relatively relatable, even though you can't relate to his experiences yourself. And, of course, I usually like this when he's not a classically naive shonen main character. And, of course, finally, he has fucking chainsaw powers, and Pochita is cute. I never really thought that chainsaw powers were that cool until I started reading Chainsaw Man. Chainsaws are kind of mid as fuck, to be honest, but hey, when they protrude from your head, when you have 4 arms, when you have an intestine scarf like Greninja has an intestine or tongue scarf, we cut you some slack, I guess. Alright, in conclusion, what can we say about Denji? He is a breath of fresh air in a genre inundated with copycats and inspirations. There is truly no character that I can point to and say, this is who Denji took inspiration from. Now, I really, really want to drive this next point home. He is not a good first anime character. Guys, I repeat, I know you already love anime, probably, if you're on this channel. Do not show someone Chainsaw Man for the first time. Jujutsu Kaisen is way better to start, because Gojo's a fucking sick character. I don't know whether he's going to have a happy ending, to be honest. And the events of the manga are kind of making me sway up and down. I think he very genuinely might die by the end of the series. If not him, then maybe Asa. Even though they're both kind of protagonists slash deuteragonists, I have no idea how it's going to end. Leave in the comments below what you think. Of course, like a lot of us on the channel, he has serious, serious woman issues. And okay, you can take a look at this panel, but also there's that bathtub scene with power. I didn't know what I could put on YouTube or not, because obviously I've been demonetized before. What can you do? And even though I said he's not a great first anime character and he has serious, serious woman issues, I actually genuinely do think that he has fun and sweet on-screen relationships, especially with power and especially with Aki. And while he's absolutely an overwhelmingly brain-rotted idiot who has no idea what he's doing in life and is extremely suspect and is extremely cringe at times, he's still fucking Chainsaw Man, and he's radical. Almost as radical as you'd be if you considered liking and subscribing this video if you enjoyed. Denji PR team, let me hear you in the comments below. What do you love about the character? Anti-Denji PR team, also, fight them in the comments below. What do you hate about the character? To the people who hate Chainsaw Man, please let me know. I personally love the manga. The anime, a little suspect, but great animation. Again, if you have more suggestions for future videos, please let me know in the comments below. The guy who always says, Guts from Berserk, I'll get to it. There's a lot of anime to get through, okay? We've got some time, guys. We've got time to bond. Just know that I read and listen to all the comments. I mean, I started watching Fate for you guys, because you said I should. And then I dreamt that my entire family was part of this war and they all died. That's the level of connection we have here. So, until next time, I love you.